Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a little bit on the software I use, sort of showing you how to make a basic beat on it, sort of showing you the insides and the outsides, like on sort of how to use it. So if you're new into music, this is probably the easiest software. As I said in a previous video, I use Logic, so I'm going to show you how to make a basic beat, show you like all the little tools, so if you're a starter musician, then you can sort of get into the flow of using this software. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Okay, so this is kind of what it's going to look like when you first load in. It's all going to look a little bit confusing, but trust me, you're not going to need to use like half of these. I haven't even used half of these. But yeah, so this thing here, I've made this to show you. This is completely separate, don't worry about that at the moment. But when you first load in, you're going to be loaded in with a classic electric piano, but you've got like literally any instrument you can ever think of. You got synths on here, you got vocals, like voices. Yeah, so you can pick whatever instrument you want. So I'm just gonna stick with the electric keyboard for now. But to get started, you got to double click and then click create MIDI region, and with that just double click that, and then it come up with this. And then with that, you can just start playing around with all the notes. So like, you see what I mean? So with music, it's like the melody is usually made up of 4 chords, so a chord progression. I'm just going to pick the most basic chords. So you've got C, which is C, E and G. You've got A minor, A, C, E. You got D, and then G. Yeah, it might be a bit hard. Like, this is where the I spoke about in a previous video about MIDI, like the MIDI pad and the MIDI keyboard. They would come in really well right now, so you wouldn't have to manually put it in. You could just play it in, and that would be pretty good. So yeah, so I've already started on the chords here. So like, to play it, you just press space. So I just need to add the other 2 chords in. Like the beeping sound you heard, that was a metronome. You can turn that off by just pressing that there. So to actually pencil stuff in on your keyboard, put T and then P, and then it'll come up with this little pencil thing. And then with that, you can just start penciling stuff in. So if I want a D chord, I can just go with D and then play that straight after these finish. So these are cutting a little bit long, so I'll just cut them down. And I can start to pencil the others in. That's gone a little bit too far. And then there we go. Maybe a bit wider. I think that's a D. Yeah. Okay. To make sure all the notes are sort of in line, otherwise that'll throw off the whole song. So this is, yeah, so it's not finished yet. And then to get back to normal, just press T and then T. I'm trying to make it all level, so I'm just going to make these a little bit longer. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm going to make these 4. So 4 each is usually so it's in a 4/4 time frame. And then to like select them, you just select the whole thing, and then you can, to easily do it, you could just move it back. And then yeah, and then we'll move these up to 4 as well. Yeah, so then hopefully now this sounds equal. Yeah, and then I'll just add a G chord in, which is G. I need to get the pencil back out, so T, P. Get the pencil back out. That's a G, and then we can either go up or down. Preferably we'll do it down so it sounds a little bit better. So we'll get rid of that one. So it's G, B, and then D. Right, so, and then we just put them all in. And then they're 4, so hopefully this sounds sort of even. Yeah, and we can have that on loop. So to make a loop while we think of drums, all we need to do is, you see this bit up here, we sort of just drag it across, and then to hit the bar, and then it should go back. Yeah, so that's what we call the melody. That's the main chord progression. They're the most basic chords, so you can think of other chords. I'm just doing it for the sake of this video. So we don't need this anymore, so we could just select and press backspace, and then that'll delete that bit. And for drums, all we need to do is just double click, and then it'll come up with another one of them. Over here, it depends what kind of drums you want. You could get a normal drum kit or an electronic drum kit. Since this is an electric piano, I recommend we get an electronic drum kit. And with that, we could either pick anyone really, like, we could just pick that, and then if we go all the way down, it'll show what sort of, you could start to hear the drums. Now, I'm going to pause the loop for a second because it could throw me off. But then normally with with loops like drums, we could just start with the kick. So I recommend we do a kick every sort of 4 beats. So we'll put that to the beginning. And then we can zoom in a little bit. And then we just put this to 4 like I said earlier. There we go. And then so we do it for 4, and then we count 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then do it again for 4, and then just continue 1, 2, 3, 4, another 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, another 4, and then we can sort of continue all of that on. You see, this is where the MIDI pad would have come in clutch, because I could have just pressed record and it would have done it all, but I don't have that right now, so we're just going to do it manually, which is fine because I get to show you how to sort of do it manually. There we go. So there we go. So now if I press play, the drums will be added. Now that's only a bass drum, they're quite slow, but it's fine. Now from that we can start to add some snares in. We could add that snare, or some hand claps, another snare, depending. I think snare 2 would be good. It sounds a bit more like a snare. So with snares we can add them in on every second beat, I'm pretty sure. See how that sounds. And we can add some hi-hats maybe. That's a hi-hat. There we go. Now that's a little bit too fast, so maybe we can, let's see. Now with the space in between, maybe we can add a load of like, yeah, that sounds interesting, but you know, we're just experimenting right now. So if we just add snares all in between, and we can add like a, yeah. So then we just keep adding these hi-hats in between all of them. And then if we go back to the beginning, it sounds pretty freaky, but you know. And then we maybe want to take a break in between to variate it. And then maybe we can add it here for the last bit. No, we don't need enough one of them. Where is this hi-hat gone? we go, there it is. And then we can add some more of these. Right. So it's good to take a break in between to sort of variate it. Interesting. So drums, they don't have to be perfect, but they do at the same time. Like, we want to make sure nothing's sort of offbeat. So I'll remove that snare for now, and we can add some more in. Maybe, no, that would be too crazy. Tambourine. Snap. Whoa. That sounds pretty cool. I'm gonna remove the loop for now. So I have no idea how this is going to sound, but let's see. Interesting. Okay, so now, after that, we can maybe add some bass. So we can go down to, we could do bass, like normal bass, but I feel like we're on the electronic, so maybe we can go synthesizer and get some synth bass. Now with these, it's better to literally just test them all, because otherwise it's gonna be crazy. Synthesizer, bass, because most of these sound crazy. Like, oh my god. Could work. Now that is sick. I feel like this is a good one. So remember what I said? Create MIDI region. I put it up to here. Now where do we start? Now with bass, it kind of just needs to be like sort of the backdrop of everything, so I'm just gonna do one note. Now we just gotta see where this ends. And there. You've got to be really careful where you sort of add things. Okay, this one's a little bit off, so maybe we can start there, maybe. There we go. And then G. And then, okay, that's a little bit off too. Maybe that'll work. Yeah. Okay, that's also a little bit off. I don't know if this is gonna work. Okay, so all together at the moment it should sound like this. Sounds decent. Now, so that's sort of the basics you need. That's just, but I would also add maybe something else. So maybe I can add a guitar to it, or generally we could just go on synthesizer and find some pretty cool sounds, so... Okay, maybe not that one. Whoa, not that one either. Okay, maybe this one. Okay, we'll see if this works. Okay, we don't need all of that. And then we can go down to, what was the next chord? A. Okay, this might be a little bit off. Like this. Okay, it's a little bit off, but I'm just going to move, or we can cut that a little bit off. Okay. We can see, it's kind of hard to get everything in sort of the exact place. It can be a little bit fiddly and you might get impatient, but the outcome should be worth it. Yeah, see, look, that's all of that is out of time, so T, get back to normal. Maybe we can move all that back to here, maybe. Is that gonna sound good? Still out a little bit, I don't know why it's out. Because if I put it there, then it's also out. Okay, that's not out. Then we can go, we can do TI again. We can expand that. Not TI, sorry, TP. TI would be in a separate video. And then what was the next chord? It was D, wasn't it? Maybe we could put it there. D. Right. Let me see how this will sound. Okay, that's way too soon. Okay, I'm just going to move these across, maybe to there. Will that sound alright? Yeah, still too soon. As I said, this will be sort of hard to get first try. Like, it's taken me a lot of practice to sort of still too soon. It does get annoying too, trust me, hearing the same song all over and over again. Okay, it's basically good now, it's just, I feel like it can just one more and it'll be fine. Maybe it'll be a bit too much. There we go. And now we just add, we do TP again and we can just do the A. The G, sorry, the G. Right, I'm not sure if it'd be good there, so bear with me. Surprisingly, that was too far. I feel like just one bar I'd do it. Yeah, so, and then let's play it from the beginning. Now that's basically all of the sort of instruments. But to make a song, what I recommend is sort of spreading them all apart. So what I would do, so to copy on your laptop or PC or whatever you're using, you should do Command C, right? So we'll just go on that and do Command C, and then from that means you can just put that here and then just do Command V, and then see, look, it'll just keep copying them, and then we could do a few of them, and we can do the same with everything. However, trust me, so Command C, and then we put it to the end, and then Command V. Oh, never mind, I picked the wrong one. So we'll do Command, and then Command Z, that basically gets rid of any mistake. So we need to press this one now, and then we do Command C, and then Command V, 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 V. Yep. And then it can be frustrating, I know, but trust me, the outcome's going to be good. And then Command V, 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 V. And then go back to the beginning, click that one, Command C, brings the end of the bar. Oh no, not that. Brings the end of the bar. Command V, 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 V. Okay. So now this bit is basically just going to be the same thing over and over again for like all them bars. However, what we can start to do is we can get rid of that, we can get rid of that, and we can get rid of that. So it just start off with the chords. Actually, what I'm going to do is usually, so then we can get rid of that, and then we can get rid of that. And then yeah, so this would be my starter finished product. Yeah, and then from that you can either maybe add a few more instruments, like mix it up a little bit. You can even add vocals if you can even think of any vocals to that, because I definitely couldn't. But yeah, that's sort of how to make like a basic beat. Like if you want anything more advanced, then you might need a little bit more practice on the basics, or but yeah, that's sort of the most basic beat you're gonna get. You could get more basic, but if you don't want to like mess about trying to make loop like sort of chords, if you don't want to think of chord progressions, I would go on Looperman or something and find a loop which you can use, and then you can work off of that. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. As I said, I only used the instruments and sort of the stuff here. I didn't even touch any of this. So when you're first going into music, you don't even need any of this stuff. It's only really the instruments and then what's up here and down here. But yeah, if you like this content, tell me and I can do more of it, if you like tutorials and stuff. But make sure to like, subscribe, all that stuff, and follow me on Spotify. Click link in bio for all my other socials, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.